RCB are arguably the perennial underachievers of the Indian Premier League. Well, their fans might not think so, but their record over the last 17 editions hasn't really been up to the mark. There have been a few finals, but then they haven't really won a single IPL title so far. But in IPL 2025, the story seems to be changing. RCB are really looking a brilliant unit. They are more than just Virat Kohli, because that was just the narrative before this season that Virat Kohli is RCB, RCB is Virat Kohli, but that does not seem to be the case in the ongoing edition of this cash-rich league. And how this has really happened, or what has really changed for RCB? Well, let's have a look here. So this is where we have tried to dissect things as far as Royal Challengers Bengaluru are concerned, as to what has really transformed for them in this edition of the Indian Premier League. Number one is obviously the presence of multiple match winners. With that being said, even in the previous editions, they had the likes of Chris Gayle, there was Shane Watson for that matter, AB de Villiers, who also associates himself as a massive player for RCB here. But then this time around, they have players who have not just lived to their reputation, but also at the very same time gone on to win matches for RCB so far in IPL 2025. Let's take an example in the case of KKR game, CSK game, and also the MI match also. Different players have stepped up on different occasions. It was Josh Hazlewood who took the early wickets against KKR, then Krunal Pandya, who turned out to be their player of the match in the tournament opener against KKR itself. Then in the game against CSK also, it was Rajat Patidar who got that brilliant 50, and even against MI, in the last few overs, it was Josh Hazlewood who showed his experience, led from the front, and at the very same time did not really give away too many runs. So it was also Hazlewood, Krunal Pandya, the other batters in Liam Livingstone, Tim David. Phil Salt is yet to fire, but then overall, as a unit, RCB look brilliant. Secondly, Patidar leading from the front. Now, if we talk about Virat Kohli also as a captain in the previous editions, or for that matter, Faf du Plessis, both of them also stepped up to the plate as and when it was needed. But unfortunately, some of their performances did not really come in the winning causes. But in case of Patidar, so far he has played 2 match-winning performances in successive games. Obviously, the one that came against CSK, then they lost that game against Gujarat Titans, and their other win that came against Mumbai Indians, it was once again Rajat Patidar who stepped up to the plate. So this captaincy change thing is working very well for RCB. It's not really about the individual milestones. It's obviously team above everything else. Third point, depth across departments. How many times have we really seen that RCB have had batting until 8 or 9? And this is the season where it is actually turning out to be the same, that RCB have a long batting depth. You have Salt, Kohli, there is Patidar, Devdutt Padikkal is also performing well, Livingstone, Tim David, Krunal Pandya, Jitesh Sharma. So overall, 8 batters are there, and they are also stepping up as and when it is needed, and have a good bowling depth also. They have Josh Hazlewood, there is Yash Dayal for that matter, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Rafiq Salam hasn't really gotten those games, but then at some stage of the tournament, he would definitely play a part. There is Suyash Sharma. So overall, everything seems to be covered. They do have those names that have done well in the T20 cricket, not the biggest of the names, but the most effective that RCB have so far in IPL 2025. Just a couple of things more here. Focus on sharp displays, and it's basically about the match-winning performances that the likes of Josh Hazlewood, Bhuvneshwar Kumar have also had in those tough conditions. Even in case of Bhuvi, he might not have really done well as far as his standards are concerned, but then he bowled those crucial balls on that iconic in that iconic match against Mumbai Indians at the flattest of the wickets of Wankhede Stadium. He delivered those yorkers, and that did turn out to be a crucial difference for RCB in that game against the 5-time champions. And last but not the least, consistency. Now, that's something that's not associated with RCB at all, but this time around, it has been the case. 3 wins in 4 games. Now, that's brilliant to say the least, and that's what RCB is really focusing on. It's not really about just one man here, Virat Kohli. It's obviously about the other 10 players too. So if this particular question has to be answered so far in IPL 2025 that are RCB not just reliant on Virat Kohli? Well, that does seem to be true. But then this is just the start of the mega tournament and a lot of matches remain, and that's where RCB will have to make sure that if they suffer a dip, they would have to rely on this unit only, perform well as a team so as to sustain their momentum and the performances. So that's about it as far as RCB's performance in IPL 2025 is concerned. So far the things have really, the way they have gone by, it does look like that they are not just dependent on Kohli. They are a unit that's basically doing well in this edition. So stay tuned to Sports Today as we'll bring you all the latest updates and analysis from the sporting world. Until then, on behalf of my producer Sankalp, it's Siddharth Gulati saying goodbye.